Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobby Richardson, and I will be your guide for today. Today, I am at Julie's place again. I've been here for a week now and staying another couple of weeks before I fly off. So, having a lot of fun here. So we're going to ask Tarot today. If channel messages come through, so be it. But I've set up, because she has all these cards that she has for sale in her shop. And so I've set up some cards to play around with. We're going to ask Earth, the witches, and the Fae through the tarot how to help us through these new energies and how to cope with them and that sort of thing. Hey, Nicole, good to see you in the chat bar. I've just come live in a very sporadic time, so haven't told anyone, just said that it was going to happen before Sunday and Saturday. So I woke up this morning feeling really chipper about this, if that's a word I can use. Yeah, so we're going to ask first. I picked up the witches first, so we'll go there first. We will ask, I'm going to show you these packs too. So this is one of the packs, the Seasons of the Witches. Get that in. There you go. And yeah, if you wanted to purchase them online, and look them up and write the name down and all of that. I have these Seasons of Witches. There's quite a few of them. There's like 6 of them. Look how beautiful each one of them has. The edgings are all metallic and beautiful. Okay, so what would help us? What would help humanity at the moment with these new energies that are coming towards us and guiding us? And any sort of messages, please, would be great. Hey, Annika, good to see you in the chat bar. These are really powerful, these cards. I found them very powerful and very direct in their messages. I'm just tapping in while I'm shuffling, so just taking a little bit of time. No, I'm just going to keep on. Had a few kind of crawl out then. There you go. Anything else, please? Just one. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, I just got to get it so that it's actually focusing, because I've put it on. Oh, here we go. A vision. I have to remember that when I put it on, you know, the background blur, that I hold it in front of me. It says to find enlightenment, seek nowhere, for it lives within you. Oh my gosh. Like I told you, they're really direct, these cards, like straight up. This is the moment to really seek within us, using these energies that are around us. We keep thinking everything is outside of us. We keep feeling we're entangled in that story, our outside story of the energies that are surrounding us. The energies are coming from outside of us, you know, from the sun or from other people or from Earth or whatever. It's just swirling, you know. Even they're even saying you even think that the enemies are pushing energy onto you. But it's never, ever been that way. It is always the entanglement that you had with the story outside of you that created the energy in the first place. So we've got to keep bringing it back to remembering that it all starts with you and how you feel about you, that you create what you desire, what you want, and what you don't want. So visions, with just saying the word vision to me, it conjures up something that, well, for me, visions were able to see outside of me things that were already present within me that was trying to show me a path. And so I kept waking up and seeing things outside of me, which would form into the space of an entity, a being, or whatever. And they're telling me now that many of those, not all of them, but many of them was my own conjuring, my own vision from within, trying to wake me up, because they knew that it was really important. I knew, my soul knew, my energy knew it was really important to wake myself up, even if I had to frighten myself with some of these things that appeared. Just get my attention, get my attention. So it's interesting they're bringing that up. They said some of them were actual beings coming from different planets, different dimensions, and that sort of thing that had an alignment with my mission and had decided to come in. So I feel that these new energies are going to help you to instigate that, to bring in the understanding that when everything's coming from within you, that you could manifest outside of you the seemingly impossible, logically impossible, and take it as the magic that's coming from within you, for you to either align yourself with that or to conjure up or manifest it for you to see it in the physical. Either way, it is just as valid. Yeah, so that's really interesting. And then I got the red deck. So the red, I love the reds. That's the one that came in my mind first. So sorry, that's that one. The shaman oracle. We will go into this. I felt like I needed a lighter version of the, very lighter version of the witches, and then a sort of shadow version. This is a shadow version of the witches. I had my choice out of about 6 or 7 packets there. Okay, see what these witches have to say about the energies at the moment, please. Any information that is relevant for humanity to walk the path of ascension. Oh, everything's falling out. Well, 2 just fell out. I failed to take them. Like, I literally just, you know how you put you stamp the cards here, and 2 just fell out. So I'm going to take them. Just the way that it happened, like it fell. Really interesting. It's reminding me of falling off a cliff, just jumping, taking a leap of faith. Ow, behold sight on, O ancient ones. Behold sight, O ancient ones. Isn't that interesting? There's going to be some really incredible visions coming up for us. Entanglement with other dimensional frequencies that we have held within the codes of our DNA for eons. And when it bursts through, it will show up as something new outside of us. For there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. Remember, the darkest of places is if you approach it without fear, you could see into the unknown. It's like if you walk into the dark, all of a sudden your eyes adjust and you can see into the unknown. But if you walk into the dark or into your shadow full of fear, then the unknown will come back at you as that you already had within you. Remember, you are the vision. You're the conjurer of the visions coming towards you. Really beautiful messages from the witches. And that's the image, if you want to see, just in case you get something more from it. So yeah, owl and visions, like hello. It's literally the same, isn't it? Vision. It's just incredible. I love these cards. No way. I just saw what this next card is. So we have intuition. Like, wow. Those that have done the work or doing the work or on the ascension path are going to, these are the moments where much more is coming through for us, and understanding that our reality isn't as limited as what we thought it was. There is much more to entangle with. Intuition, you hold the answers, you know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. Like, hello, that's just, isn't that beautiful? Like, it's a real huge opening at the moment. The energy surrounding humanity is daring us to open ourselves up to just that little bit more. They're bringing me to crazy enough. When I was with a partner, I'm not going to say who, we went to a psychologist because we were having problems, and the psychologist was going around in circles, and I just said, look, this is not taking us anywhere but regurgitating problems and not really getting out through anything. So I just turned to him and said, are you ready? Could you open that door a little bit more, just a little bit more into my world? And then we might be able to connect a bit easier. And I'm feeling this is what the witches are asking humanity to do. Could you open that door a little bit more into the unknown? They said not necessarily witches, if you don't believe in witches or anything like that, but just into the psychic world, into your third eye opening. Just crack it open. Yes, it's vulnerable because it's an unknown quantity that your logical mind doesn't have retained in its memories, and so it's not something that you're used to in this world. But if you ask for it to just open a little bit, they're now bringing me to a shamanic journey that I had. And as soon as I'd had the shamanic journey, I did have a big opening. And all of a sudden, I started getting a lot of visions. And I'm talking 3 to 4 a week, sometimes 2 to 3 at night. It was just like depending on what energies were surrounding me, just waking me up, waking me up, waking me up. And then like literally third eye up, that waking me up to all sorts of different things. I was hearing things, I was seeing things, and I was still grounded. I kept myself very, very grounded. So I still went on my day-to-day as normal, like just keep grounded in this reality. You don't want to lose yourself, right? But I was like, okay, this happened. So I wrote it down so that I could keep the energy alignment going with the memory of two worlds working together, this grounded world and this etheric world. And I could use the etheric world to see before the grounded world came so that I could prophesize things and get myself prepared mentally for specific things that were going to happen, so that I didn't lose myself. And it was an adjustment of working together with the etheric world and the earthy plane world. So there's just a huge opening happening for us at the moment. Hey, Celtic, good to see you. and Tanyan as well. I forgot to say hello to you. Hello, hello, hello. Is there any more messages that the witches want to pull through? Some reason they just want to keep it simple. I personally want to grab some more, but we'll go on to the earth cards because I'm feeling they're like, no, this is the message at the moment. Might get one later on. We'll just see how they feel. We'll go on to earth. Okay, Mother Earth, what's the messages for the energies that are surrounding humanity's consciousness at the moment? I empty my cup and let you speak. When I say I empty my cup, it's emptying my mind. Doesn't matter what the witches have said. Doesn't matter what those cards have said. Let's empty our cup before so that we can click into a new energy, a new frequency, which is entangled with them, but not exactly the same. Let's call it a different realm. Okay, so we have two that are flicked out. We have the wolf instincts. No way. Like, you cannot make this up. Like, hello, intuition and instincts. I really shouldn't have had this fuzzy on the background. I'll make sure that doesn't go on next time. So instincts with the wolf. Okay, I'm just going to put that. We'll move these over here. I've only got limited space, so thank you. And then we have vulnerability. What was I just saying? Vulnerability. You know, when even if you stepped into a field of flowers that was vast, you could step into it with the fear of snakes and the fear of bugs and the fear of, there's always, no matter what movement you make, there can always be an ounce of fear. Your mind can conjure up fear, doesn't matter where you are. Even then you could have a child seeing a field of flowers and going, ah, and being all giddy and so excited. And she just leaps over anything that, you know, there is no fear. She's just enjoying the process, enjoying the moment, and the moment comes to her. The moment comes to her. So to be vulnerable, we need to understand that we are leaping into an unknown quantity here. And that's where that meadow comes in. Really interesting that it's meadow and vulnerability, when meadows to me are just beauty and excitement of feeling free and expansive. You know, there's no fences here. And I think that the more that we let go of these fences, these rules that we have in our minds of how things have to be to keep us safe, when we start to break those fences down, we are opening ourselves up to the meadow, to the vulnerability, to feeling at peace with an expanded reality, a field where we can create in. They're bringing me to now, or Earth is, I always say they, because it feels like it's like more than one in my head sometimes. Even if I say Earth, it feels like more than one. But let's say Earth is bringing me to a story that I felt very deep in my soul, of a vision of a desert before me. And I was the creator of everything that was going to come forth. And so there was, the only way I could step forward could never be from fear, because then I would only create something of fear coming back at me. The only way I could do this was this, it was like an innocent, adventurous heart, innocent and adventure. It was just expansive. I wish I could share the feeling with you guys, because it was just wonder. Oh my gosh, what could we do? How exciting. There was all of that wrapped in to innocence and just a pureness of heart. And that was the only way that I could create the reality that I was stepping into. And the other card that came out with Earth is Radiant Summer Solstice. So this is the sun, this is the positivity, this is also, you know, things outside of us are here to help us. Things like the sun is outside of us. She is a ball of light where source energy what source energy uses as its own conjuring kind of understanding to shift energy on the planets that are surrounding it. And so through the solar flares, it lets out a solar flare, and the solar flare will travel and then hit the Earth at a certain angle, speed. They're saying everything, and that is frequency alignments that it's asking humanity to come up to. So even those are outside of us, for me, the message I'm getting from this is those that are outside of us are also here to help us. Yes, anyone can be an enemy. Yes, anyone can be a friend. They are saying it. We think that we are picking the right people for friends, but we are choosing to align with them in a manner of no fear, of no resistance, and that no resistance becomes the entanglement of the friendship. Or we are in our mind playing a game and choosing to play with them with fear. Now, if someone had ill intentions for all of their reality because they were not happy with their inner thoughts and they wanted to destroy everything outside of them to leave this place, Like I can't control my inner thoughts, so I'll destroy and consume everything outside of me. You at this point should already will know the feeling of that, and so you choose not to even go there. So it's not even a choice. It's just that energy is in alignment with me, so it cannot be part of my reality. That's different. But if people are coming towards you, and they could be anyone, but they are, on their own journey, moving through this life, that they could be friend or foe, depending on how you interact with them. You are, because you have to take responsibility for your your shadow self, your demons within yourself, of how you're actually interacting with people. Trying to understand exactly what she's saying here. She's also bringing up, yes, so she's like, I need the sun. I need the sun to create life. She's to create this meadow. I need the sun, right? And so she accepts that thing outside of her, that part of her, coming towards her as help. Now, the sun could also, burn up part of Earth. So see, she has to hold the frequency for those right vibes to come to her as well. And that's what she's asking humanity to do. Hold the frequency that you want in these moments to create the world that you want. And yeah, it will feel a little vulnerable, but that's okay. It's okay. Okay, we're going to go to the Fae now and see what they come up with as well. Hey, Robin. Hey, Wade. Good to see you. Hey, Sherry. Love that deck. Isn't it a beautiful deck? I'll show you the cover. So all of these decks, I'm pretty sure they're all for sale on Julie's site. I'll have to get her link and put it down below after this. I'll ask her for it, because she has this place here. I actually did a video for her of this place, and it's for events and everything. We had a movie crew here yesterday, filming for a children's snake show, I think it was. So yeah, there was a whole cameras and everything going up. So funny, because at the same time in my reality, I have started to write my movie. And I'm up to scene 8, so I'm really excited. This movie is just beautiful. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. I have it in my reality as a bucket list to create a beautiful movie to help awaken many more people. And so I started writing it yesterday. And then this film crew comes, and I'm like, what? How cool is this? The energy is just aligning, right? Okay, so this is the pack. Earth Magic. So if you want to look that up, Stephen D. Farmer, I have an incredible story about this man. I've actually met him. I've met quite a few people on my journey. It's been really interesting. Yeah, I have an incredible story. He'll probably remember me because of what happened this day, because it was very powerful. This moment was very powerful. There was an auditorium. I'll tell you very quickly before we go into the Fae. So there was a lot of us. I was just with everybody else, and we were all given a animal card, because he does an animal shamanic animal book, which is really powerful as well. I've used it a lot. So my card was elephant, and at the time it was coming up to 212, and I was pulling a team together, and we were planting crystals, because the earth was just clear. It's just so much to this story. It was like, whoa, you just wouldn't even believe what had happened. Like the grass was like up to my shoulders, and then when we went there, because we were told we were going to plant crystals, I'm like, how are we going to plant crystals amongst all this grass? There was a huge circle cleared, just complete circle cleared for us to plant. We don't know how it happened. It was just extraordinary. It was on the top of the side of a mountain, of a hill, and it was just, it was just really weird, in the exact place that we had found 2 weeks before. Anyway, so I'd had this team that I was pulling together, and we were doing this spiritual work at the time. He gives me a card, and I just walk into the auditorium with everyone else. My card is elephant, and I'm thinking, yeah, I am doing something pretty powerful and big at the moment. So in the auditorium, it was nighttime, this meeting, and it was all lit up. It was like, you know, the chairs that go back up the sides, and he was standing there with his mic, and he said, right, if anyone wants to speak about their card, put their hand up. And a few people put their hands up, and then I had this pull to put my hand up. I was a little shy at that time, so it took me a little bit of time, but I did put my hand up, and he goes, what was your card? And I said, elephant. And he goes, whoa, you must be doing something really huge. And when he said huge or big or something like that, was like the word of big or huge, everything went dark, everything blue, everything just went bang. And everyone was sitting there completely in the dark. And for a good few moments, and I'm like, yeah, that's how powerful it is. And then it all bing, went back on again. So yeah, that was really cool. A cool moment in my life. Of an example of the power that we have. Okay, back to the cards and the messages coming through. Probably part of the message. See, you don't realize how powerful you are. There's no one more powerful than anyone else in this world. You have the same amount of power as everyone else in this world. It's just that we've given it away. It's as simple as that. We've decided someone else is more powerful, so then that person's more powerful, and that's the story that we reside in. So we do what they say, and we say that we can't do anything about it. And yet, if you go into your right hemisphere, into your soul alignment, all possibilities are on the table. Absolutely all possibilities. Okay, let's talk about the Faye. Let me tap into them. Faye, do you have any messages for humanity's consciousness, those that are viewing this video? Because it is for the whole of humanity. I do like to encapsulate all as the whole, but obviously who doesn't see the video doesn't see the video. Okay. We have one that's come out. Anything more, please? I don't know what it is. It's fallen on the floor. Anything else, please? Yes. Another one that's face down. I don't know what that is yet. And another one that's turned up. Here we go. So the first one that fell on the floor is Spiny Sister. Take pride in yourself. These cards are really cute too. I'll show you the pack of these. So these are the Forest Fae. And yeah, Spiny Sister. Take pride in yourself. I think a lot of us that have done this work that's one thing that we hear the word pride and we're like, we don't want to look too prideful. We don't want to look too this. We don't want to stand out too much, but sometimes it's just the moment. This is the moment where you've got to start to look at everything that you've achieved, who you are and how valuable you are. And I think it's a really important message that the Fae are bringing out. The other one that fell, the next one that fell was the Griffon, be brave and fly above the clouds. So yeah, taking a new perspective, seeing a new opportunity, becoming the observer of all. Huge lesson that befell me recently is to not get entangled in the story. We need to become the observer. And so then we can still play the part as the person in the story, but we don't entangle our feelings into it. We just be the observer of it. Oh, that's interesting. Just like when you watch a movie, at the end of the movie that you can turn it off. When you know how to control your mind, no matter what you go through, if you know how to control your mind enough to turn it off, then you have the ability to go into any adventure and be part of that story and walk away when you're ready and turn it off and switch it up and say, yep, at the end of the night, I don't take anything with me. I don't go over and over. I don't create neuron paths in my brain and keep on installing that same memory in it because I'm going over and over and over through fear of having to protect myself. And oh my God, that person did that to me, and that taking everything personally. When you have control of your mind, you become the observer. And then at the end of the night, you should be able to, I turn it off. And now I am ready for the wonder of the dreams, the wonder of the visions, the wonder of what I want to create to come into my reality. This is the story that we are moving into. Yes, we might play our part in that kind of mixed up story during the daytime when people have their issues and they try to project them onto you and that sort of thing. And they try to share all their problems and that sort of stuff and whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. There's nothing wrong or right with it. And as that happens, by the end of the night, if you have enough control, you've done enough work within yourself, just like the TV, you know at the end of the movie, you switch it off and you're not going to keep replaying it because it's a movie. It's a movie. You don't want to keep on bringing that into your life. Yeah, the exciting bits, cool, do that. But not the crappy bits, you know. I have seen someone, they are bringing in a moment where a beautiful man years and years ago come up to me and said, oh, I want to get into ghosts. And I'm like, okay, but be aware, you know, you have all of that's going to come at you. The ghost stories are, you know, you conjure them up and they'll come towards you. And then are you ready for stepping into that without fear? Okay, so we have also the seed spells. Create your story is the most potent form of magic. You've got to be kidding me. How cool is that? See how beautiful this is? This is the time that humanity's consciousness can create a new story. Once we have control of our thoughts, we can let go of the old story and we can start to leave ourselves vulnerable enough to open up a new story, open up that door to the field, to the beautiful meadow. Use your instincts, your intuition. Be as the owl, wise, you know, and visions can come to you that of the reality that you would desire. You're now controlling your mind enough to use your imagination for your own benefit. This is the benefit of yourself and what you want to create. Now, why would you want to create something that's going to put you in more fear, more anger, more issues, more problems? You wouldn't. You would create something that's going to align you with abundance and freedom and security and feeling good and embraced and loved in this world. That's what you would want to create. And then you would never blame anybody else for anything else because you're like, well, I can shift the story because I have control of my mind. I'm not going to take that story. I'll become the observer of it. I might be entangled in it in a physical sense for a little bit, but I am also the observer of it and I can switch it off when I go back to sleep. So that's really cool. Mary, I need a new perspective. Yeah, cool. It is tough. It can be tough. Like, I'm not saying it's an easy journey to switch from the logical mind being in control to asking it to let go enough for you to feel that vulnerability, to let a new story come in. And you are creating that story. So you have to take responsibility of the reins of your own energy and what you're wishing or conjuring up into your reality from the vibration that you are feeling into. So it's not always easy, but I would stay away. I would steer clear of anything that's bringing me into a dark story too much. And I go, you know what? I understand that that's happening. You know, our feeling sorry and feeling guilty about things literally brings us into that story and makes us part of it because we think we can help, but we're actually fueling it. To disengage from it is stopping the fueling of the story. So you're actually doing it a great advantage by saying, you know what, I'm leaving that story over there. Those people are entangled into, because I want to create a new path, a new story for myself. And this story is beautiful where you can come towards it. I've created the path. It makes it easier for others to follow into that story and then branch off and create their own story. So you're giving them a platform then. You become a new story for others. That is where you're going to make the changes. Getting entangled into it is not going to help anyone anymore. You just fuel it because you're like, oh no, that happened. Oh no, this happened. Oh ma, and I don't have the power. I don't see how to get out of it. How to get out of it is to let it go, let it be, and then find your own path of what you really want to go towards. Okay, I've picked up these little cards called Avalon Magic. This name is really, is a very, I'm not going to say who, but I know someone called Avalon. And it's very dear to me, very, 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 very dear to me. So I wanted to do a couple of these cards as well. These cards are by Rose and Syria, if you wanted to find them on Google. Just look them up on Google. Okay, here we go. Messages from the Avalon Magic. Any messages from Avalon Magic, please. I feel like that story wanted to come out as well. And we have one other. Anything else? Quite a few have come out. One's flipped upside down. I'll take that as well. Okay, so we have these have little sayings on the other side. So this is the card. Looks like she's, taking her power back, and yeah, it feels like she's taking her power back. Okay, it says, it is easy to love and accept the light side of yourself. It takes courage to acknowledge and love the dark side. Now, the darker side is those things that are actually showing up because your soul is screaming at you to be heard. You have power that you haven't actually tapped into. Oh my gosh. And so it sort of screams at you in a sort of a resistant way. It's the only way to get through the fear. And so to look at that fear, we have to then look at, after when we have the courage to look at the fear, we actually are looking at the power that we ignored within ourselves. So it takes courage to step into that darker side. I don't know, sometimes in some ways, especially light workers, it's actually sometimes harder to acknowledge the light side, which causes the darker side. That's another way of looking at it. Because when you're scared to shine, you're scared to be brave, you're scared to shine your light and be that incredible person that you want to be. Because then it's like, oh, well, you just look like you're ego-based in that, but you're not. You're coming from the truth of your soul and who you truly are. And so then it's repressed, and that repressed nature creates the shadow self. So that's how it works. And then you're looking at it through the eyes of fear. I don't want to become that. What happens if I become that? Oh my God, people are going to turn on me. And oh my God, am I going to be powerful enough to handle all of that those people that are jealous? Yeah, but they fall away. They fall away because you're no longer entangled in that story. Remember, you've learned to control your mind, and you've learned to direct your energy towards the story that you really want to carve. So that's that message. And then we have make peace with the wilderness within you and all Mother Earth's creations. And there's a unicorn. So make peace with the wildness. Sorry, not wilderness. Funny I said wilderness. I straight away got taken to Mother Earth when I said wilderness too. Wildness within you and all Mother Earth's creations. See, even if you saw a beautiful unicorn, and within the consciousness of humanity, we have these fairy tales of unicorns being peaceful and being magical. But if you really stood in front of a huge horse with a great big pointy freaking horn on it, and it's starting to gallop towards you, Would an ounce of fear come towards you, or would you be able to handle that and stand in your peace of mind? You know, even the light can come towards you and you become afraid of it. We have to be aware of this as we're moving through into this vulnerability of this new reality that we're creating. We also have this card here. It's got a castle and this beautiful knight that's walking towards the castle. And he's kind of just taking his time. It says, honor your soul path and step into your authentic self. Let your intuition inform your pathway. Here we go again with your instincts. Like, this is so beautiful. Our instincts are really starting to show up now. They're becoming more balanced with our logical mind. So we have to now understand what that actually means, stepping forward. We have this card here, reawakening your intuition. No way. Reawakening your intuition. Allow your emotions to ebb and flow like the cycle of nature's seasons. So intuition doesn't mean that when I have an intuition, that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. No, intuition is in the moment. It lives in the moment, and it let go. It will let go. And then the next moment, some other story might come up and it will let go. And this is what it's asking you to do. Living in your intuition is a constant let go, a constant living in the moment, and a constant feeling, a feeling of vibrations that are around you. How do I feel now? When should I go live, and do this card reading and that sort of thing? Instead of having everything laid out exactly to plan, so to speak, like I always do with my Virgo mind, wanting everything. That was how I actually pushed myself to do this sort of thing. I'm like, I have to do this. It's kind of like work ethics. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's not aligning with your instincts as well, then let it go and try using the energy flowing around you in the moment to choose what you want to do next. The next card that's come up is spend time reclaiming your balance. There you will find peace. Like, you can't make this up. This is beautiful. Right at the end, we're finding balance between that logical, we have our schedule all planned out, but then the intuition comes in and squishes the schedule because it's not aligned with the energies that are happening. And so, yes, you can do the schedule this day. Maybe we should just wait and align with our instincts and the energy. It will be a better scenario. More people will come, that sort of thing. You will align with the energies at the moment to be able to read. I'm just taking my own reading as an example. But say, for instance, it's a work, with work, we've only been working in our logical mind, and our work is like, we have to do it 9 to 5 or whatever it was in the past. Now people are starting to realize, I want to create my own reality, so I'm going to take back that. And all of a sudden, these businesses are forming that are around you deciding when you do your job. For instance, Uber Eats is a really good one. They decide when they go out, when they don't, what job they want, all of that. They can work with their instincts as well as with the job, and it works. See, so there's a great show up in this reality, how we don't have to have everything exactly scheduled and exactly. So, because honestly, if you did it like that, like in the past, you would feel drained because you're not in line with your intuition, with your soul. And so you are actually resisting your soul's intuition to stay home or to do something else or to create. Like the day that I actually was supposed to go live in the morning, I didn't feel like going live. And I didn't know what was going to happen next. I just let it all go. And I gave you guys the message, I'm not going to go live today. And I haven't done that for a long time, as you guys know, but it just felt right. And then it was like an hour later, all of a sudden, I saw an AI movie thing and I'm like, man, I could maybe make a movie from AI. Maybe not now, but maybe down the future, I could actually utilize that to create a part to share with humans, that opening of us expanding our reality into something even more, a beautiful, beautiful story where it has all the images and that sort of thing. So I'm taking those pieces of things that are expanding our reality, not through fear, through expansion of creation. And then I went, wow, if I can do that, and I might as well start making my script, writing my movie. And I have had this idea for a while. And so it was just the right timing. I have tried this before and it just didn't work. But this day that I was supposed to read, where I didn't, I ended up just writing. And I wrote 8 scenes down. And it's like got to this point where I'm like, oh my gosh, this could go anywhere, into a series. It could go anywhere. This is absolutely a beautiful story. And it was bringing us in. Yeah, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it because it's my movie, but I'm not ready to tell you guys about it, but one day I will soon, probably, knowing me. Anyways, this is how it works, guys. It actually works in these new higher frequencies with our intuition in line with our logic and working with that. Yes, write a schedule. Yes, plan out your day, whatever, it's okay. But then if intuition's telling you, okay, this is really going against the grain of the energy at the flow at the moment, and when you let go of this, your soul can take you to an even better reality, can bump you into the right people and all that sort of stuff. That's getting out of your head, right? And instinctively coming into alignment with what you want to create. So that's what that's all about. Okay. Right, guys. So the time is 8:25. I don't even know what time I started. I will open up the chat bar for a couple of free readings, and I will use the witches cards. I feel to use the witches cards. They're very direct. Yes, I know that Celtic. Avalon is a mythical island. It's also a dear name of a dear, beautiful soul that's in my reality. Anyway, okay. Anyone who would like to have, thanks, Celtic. You're so on board for me, aren't you? Anyone who'd like to have a quick reading, I will do a quick reading like I always do at the end. Okay. Cherie. It's the first one I saw. Cherie, the bees are standing up on the back of this pack. There's bees and a honey pot coming your way. Cherie, so that's a nice message. I'll see what messages come out of the cards. So please tap into Cherie's energy, Cherie's energy. Thank you. We're in the witches pack, but we have the Faye card has popped out in the witches pack. No, sorry about that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so it says not everything is as it may seem. Be cautious, dear one, for there is a story beneath the tale. You know what? The weird thing is, see on the mushroom, there is a bee on this mushroom, and I definitely got a honey pot coming. You might be going through something that feels a little bit, when's it going to come in? When's my time? And all that sort of thing. And they're like, just hang in there, but hang in there with more of a lightened heart, a lightened mind. Light as in not thinking too much about what's not going right, so that you can move into a bit more gratitude, because something's coming to you anyway, no matter what. I think that there's something, your heart is spoken and the reflection is coming. It is, but you know, up till now you haven't seen it, and so it's very hard or difficult to let go of those thoughts that it's never going to come in. And I totally understand that. I've been there myself. So I totally get where you are. But look, No way. Underneath, behind that card, milk and honey. And yeah, this is what I was getting before I even pulled these cards. That feeling of like milk and butter, it says, but you know that milk and honey, literally those words came out in my, I wish I had said them when I saw the bee. Um, like the silk of one's flesh, I am the giver. I am your eternal. Now, there's something coming in for you, and this gives me the feeling of love for some reason as well. But I also am feeling like when they're talking about your skin is emanating the word they're giving me. I hope that's the right word, but sometimes when I channel words, I don't logically know what they completely mean, but they're showing me it's giving off a vibration, and the vibration is matching your reality. So she walks through the milk and butter and her skin is touching it. Well, when you walk through life, your skin is touching the wind, is touching the air, is touching the atmosphere, the molecules that have broken down from times gone by. They're showing me maybe you are actually magnetizing through you enlightening yourself and becoming more in tune with you. It's going to magnetize everything that you desired because you're now happy within yourself. Then the happiness comes towards you. So that's beautiful. Okay, Nicole, they told me to pick up the shadow ones for you, so I'm going to do what they say. Yes, please. I think there's something here for you to just go into. So, okay. Oh, okay. The card that came out, and it came out upside down. So I'm feeling this is the card of seduction. Now I'm feeling with this one, they're giving me this feeling of the word can be used in so many ways. The word can be used in a negative connotation of you're seducing and luring somebody in to do and manipulate their mind and do what you want, that kind of seduction. And then there's seduction as in seducing yourself. I am beautiful, magnificent, awesome. I have the power of the feminine within me. And so I magnetize my world towards me. And like literal spell incantations and feelings of that power, asking you to come back into that power, stand in the forest and say those words and that sort of thing. I am magnificent. I am the power of myself, and I am bringing happiness and beauty. I'm allowing my beauty to be expressed. There's a power in that. Doesn't matter what you look like. Beauty comes from the inner core of light out. It can shine. They're showing me a picture of Yoda, and Yoda is not, it could be seen as an not the prettiest thing. Funny, I literally turn into Yoda. I can't help myself. I'm too empathic. Not the prettiest thing. Sorry, it's so funny. But he emanates light. He emanates his power. He emanates who he is. He's seductive toward bringing in not the seduction of those that you want to manipulate, but bringing in the seduction of those that you want to work with, as in your soul tribe, your the energies relevant to you in the moment, and being just that. There's a power that they want you to come into. And that is what I don't even want to read the words, to tell you the truth. I just want to leave you with that. Okay, so now we have Celtic. Celtic, which pack do we want for Celtic? They're like showing me the green pack, but I haven't got the green pack with me, so I'm taking the red pack. Because I don't want to get up and go and get them. In any case. Maybe next time I'll bring the green pack out. So much fun playing with all of these beautiful cards. I'm so grateful for Julie and her awesome place and leave. Okay. And okay, here we go. Celtic. Celtic. Too much is fallen over there. Too much is wanting to be said. Too much, too much. What is too much? Anything that is too much of something can be poisonous. Anything. Even if it is just, I have to get everything organized and everything in its rightful place, it can actually limit your expression of your intuition. Okay. Okay, this is a bit dark. Okay, I'm just feeling into this. There's something within you that wants to come out, and it is something that has been hidden within the recesses of who you are from eons ago, lifetimes ago. Almost like a repressed anger that was a power that was inverted, and it's showing up now because the other side of that coin is extraordinarily powerful, to the point where you're not using it to destroy outside of you. You are using it to conjure, to create. The word conjuring is coming up a lot with these cards. To create more power within you, more power within you. The Banshee has come out, and it does say, heed my warning. But it's kind of like a feeling of, when you look at something that's really dark, that is also the same reflection of the light. It is absolutely exactly the same reflection of the power of the light, because it's only light that resides, and it's the repressive nature of the light that forms outside of you the dark. And so we have to see that dark in order to accept it as part of who you are, in order to go, oh, I gave my power away to my outside reality there, and I tried to destroy all that was in that life. Now I am going to use the same energy to create. They're bringing me to when I went through a very, there was a moment where I was at a different, I'm just going to say a friend's place, and they had dark entities there, and it woke me up, and it got in my mind, and I was like, I'm going to shift this, because I know I can shift this. It was a lot of work, spiritual work. They showed me this drum beating, and there was this whole big story that came, and then I took control of my mind, because it was trying to control my mind when I was sleeping, and I just kept on waking up because there was no way I was going to let it control my mind. And then in the next day, this is the story I want to tell you. The next day I came home, and I went, well, if I have all that power that I can give to stopping something that's negative, right? What happens if I bring all that power in, and I use it to meditate and going through a portal into what I want to create? And I did this meditation with the same amount of power. And yet I was focused in on the light, and I ended up seeing this portal, and the portal took me into all these answers, these questions being answered. It was kind of an understanding of more of myself. And I literally heard angelic voices and all that as I was waking up, coming back to myself. Like, it was so powerful. It was so powerful. And this is what I'm feeling, this card. It looks very dark, so I'm only going to flash it up for a little bit. But I just want you to, it's not that I'm afraid, it's just that I want you to focus, turn that inward, and then go, oh, now see the power within that I was repressing or suppressing. There's something here that I can shift, completely invert into the light and create. Now, I'm not saying that everything negative is we always need an ounce of resistance to evolve us. It's never going to disappear. So you don't even think that everything's going to be ooh la la and positive. Please don't even go there. I'm not saying that, but we can invert these lack of ourselves. It's almost like a past life coming up. I'm sorry, I'm really getting into your reading, so I can't help it. It's a Celtic. That was for you. It's very, very powerful. I'll just leave it there, though. Otherwise, I'll just keep going. Yeah. Yanaka. I see skipping and dancing all of a sudden. Yanaka. Yeah, I have to be honest with these readings. I can't just dismiss just because it seems a little, you can't do that. You have to be, the most important thing is authenticity. The most important thing is truth. Be very, very, very honest with yourself. And you can do readings as well. Like, you cannot pick and choose through logic of what's going to be accepted and what's not going to be accepted. You cannot do that. It's not right. It's not reading anymore. So I just needed to say that. Now I'm in this light Yanaka dancing, for some reason, dancing. We have surrender on the bottom of the packet, what caught my eye. And the reason why it caught my eye is because I literally saw you in this dress dancing. So that was really interesting. There's a bee on the back of her neck, and for some reason I'm feeling that looking like an eye. It says there's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free from all that doesn't serve you. And you can feel that difference when you go into that vibe. Feels really, really, really good. And that card still wants to flip out. So surrender is a big thing. Surrendering to the dancing, surrendering to the having fun in the moment and that sort of thing. Just keep surrendering. They said they know you're already doing it, but just keep doing it. This is working. This is going to work. Everything's going to it's going to align. It's going to align. There's like a feeling within the in your logical mind of, is it going to align? And it's like, just keep surrendering. You are there. You're actually dancing towards home. You're going home. Home is where you really feel at peace within your mind. That's what I call home. Home is like, peacefulness. That's home. And to know that you can always return home. I think that's the message for you. Thanks, Yanaka. Okay. Cherie, thank you for that. It was full confirmation, much needed. Thanks, Cherie. Who else have we got? I bought a Yoda yesterday, Nicole. You're kidding me. Wow, talk about in sync. That's really fun. I love Yoda. Okay, yay. Let's pull a message for you. Which one should we take? For some reason, I'm going to the Avalon cards for you. I'm just going to do Avalon. I was only going to do the witch cards, but okay, so we have two that has come out. Your life lessons will be repeated until they are learnt. Guidance is on the way. So you have somebody coming in that's going to guide you, because there's been a repetition, and that's literally the logical mind loves to have repetition. So the logical mind's repeating something over and over in your life so that you can really see that you are the common denominator in that. So have a look, have a look at your relationships, see any sort of repetitive things that are coming up in your relationships, because that's going to give you an indication of the energy that you've been holding on to, that's needing to be let go of so that you can move forward. And then it came out with allow the true love of your soul to radiate, and you shall see the natural beauty around your expand. Look, and it's a beautiful, beautiful soul, a lady. So allow the true love. For some reason, true love is standing out here in soul. So I'm starting to feel like they're asking you to look at your old relationships so that you can understand that part of yourself that you denied, so you can bring in a soulmate, a true love for yourself. And it's going in, but you have to find it within yourself first for him to show up, for that person to show up, especially being that it's a female and a male here on the images as well. The power of yourself as a feminine, never repressing that feminine side of yourself anymore. Not going to do that. I'm going to step into this next relationship being the powerful person I am, and ask for the masculine to match that vibration. If they don't, then they will fall away, and so be it. Let them go. I know who I am, and I know where I'm going. You know, that sort of thing. We need to come back into empowerment of ourselves to find our soulmate, to find those that resonate with us, even our soul tribes, even those that we want to just a soul tribe even. Remember, we have to resonate with that power. So very, very, very cool. Very cool. Thanks, Yannicka. That's so lovely. Been playing your drums, singing, hailing Mother Earth and everything. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Okay. Is there anything else that wants to be brought forward? I think this is all I need to do and say. Yes. So I will close this now, and I will see what happens in the future. Everything's changing anyway. In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to New Zealand. Time changes, differences, everything. I am open for readings until then. If you do want a one-on-one reading, the link is down below. I also have a school called Amakel if you want to join in with the Patreon school. It has a lot of telepathic games. I'm working on a remote viewing one at the moment. I'm thinking of turning it into a lesson as well. And that just naturally happened. I do want to do a Faye lesson as well. That's for the silver tier, which silver tier has all of the games and all of the lessons. It's just a few dollars more a month. The ruby tier is just all of the games. So if you're interested in that, it's just a few dollars a month, just so that I can keep the bottom of my bucket going, and I can keep on producing these beautiful games for you guys to work your intuitive mind with. You know, it's lots of telepathic games on it. I love those games. But I'm feeling like there's more different games going to come through as well. So this next one is a remote viewing game. Okay, guys.